I'm not an influencer. Make sure I make that clear. I've started this YouTube channel because I want to help men in particular. I want to help men be authentically themselves and be comfortable in their own skin and be unapologetic about it. Go get what you want out of life and don't let the world drown out your inner dialogue. This YouTube channel for me is more than likes and views. And to be quite honest, I don't care how many people watch it if it impacts 1, 2, 3 people. Because the goal here is to help you grow as an individual. It's to help you realize that whatever you want in this life is very attainable if you're willing to put the work in to go get it. The goal here is to make sure you understand that you have everything you already need within yourself to achieve whatever goal you may think is impossible. You just need to go out and do it. I'm not here for the praise. I'm not here for the credit. I'm here to just give you my testimony in hopes that it allows you to realize how great you are within yourself and how capable you are to achieving whatever it is you desire in this life. Authenticity, that means being unapologetically who you are, no matter what room you show up in. Now, I'm not saying you can't polish yourself, because I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm a hood nigga from the streets of LA, and I'm gonna always be that. I'm never gonna forget where I came from. But you see, I'm a man first, and me understanding that I'm a man, I've polished myself as time has gone on. I have a family, I have a child, a young boy, who's also a black boy in this world, that I have to be a model for. I refuse to not take what's mine. I refuse to take shit from anyone or anything. I refuse to not go after anything. And when I say take shit, I'm talking about even for myself, because we're all human, right? And we all make excuses. We all come up with ways to get out of doing things that we know we should do. I'm human, I get it. I've done it, I've been there, and who's to say that it's not gonna stop? But what I am here to tell you is I'm still working to be a better version of me every single day. And so being authentic means showing up as you, no matter what the circumstance, no matter what room you're in, showing up as your individual self, because that individual you are brings some uniqueness to wherever you are. You being you shines light on things that you could never imagine. I mean, shit, look at me. It'd be hard for me to tell you how to go out and find your purpose, because everybody has their own individual purpose in life. But what I can tell you is, through my experiences, I've been able to figure out what my purpose here is on this earth. And I believe it's to be a service and to be of leaders of those who may not have a leader. For me, it's my family. My son, the day that I held him, the moment he was born, the opportunity that I got to see my wife go from being a girl to a woman, that told me what my purpose was in this life. It showed me that I was responsible for someone more than myself. And I couldn't just be out here running around in these streets being reckless. I couldn't just be out here just doing anything because there was no consequence. It showed me that my purpose on this earth was not only to lead, but to be of service to others, which is why I'm sitting here looking at you in this camera today. For you, I would say you gotta do the homework. And the homework is really digging deep within yourself. Figure out what you stand for. What matters to you? What are your morals? What are your values? And once you figure those things out, stick to them, no matter the situation, no matter how it may look, no matter how successful you are, no matter how low you may be, stick to your standards. Because if you hold yourself to a higher standard and you have values and morals that are in alignment with that, you'll be just fine. For me, what I had to do was I had to dig deep within myself and ask the younger version of myself who I genuinely wanted to be as a man and who I foresaw myself being. What did that look like before the world influenced me to become whatever it was I was at whatever period in my life? Whether it was a thug running in the streets, whether it was a athlete, whether it was a fitness coach, a firefighter, or salesman, I had to ask myself, what morals and standards did I hold near and dear to my heart? What did I genuinely want out of life, and who did I foresee myself being? For you, I would say, maybe sit down with yourself. Be willing to have that inner dialogue. Have a conversation with yourself and figure out what that younger version of you always wanted out of life. After you figure that part out, then what you do is you sit down and you write out what is the most important to you. I can't give you a number, but what I will tell you is once you write that list out, it'll get easier to narrow down to about 5 or 6. And once you narrow it down to those 5 or 6 values that you really hold near to yourself, then live by them. For example, for me, family is one of my number one values. I do everything for my family. I didn't have a real family growing up as a child, and I always wanted a family. I always wanted to have somebody that I could say, this is what I'm proud of and this is who comes from me. I always wanted a wife. I always wanted a son, or a child, I should say. And one of my biggest goals in life is for both my wife and child to be able to do whatever they want to do in this life and be able to look back and say, you know what, if I was to die tomorrow, my dad or my husband made sure that I knew I was capable of doing whatever I wanted in this life. He made a way. He made sure to make a way to figure it out. And on the flip side of that, when I'm out being a service to people, fighting fire, serving the community, when I go into other people's homes and I help their relatives, I think of their family. It's the first thing I think about because that's one of my values. And I think to myself, how would I want to be treated, or how would I want someone to treat this person if this was my grandma that I was coming in on a medical call? Or when I'm selling cars, how would I want this person to treat my family if they were putting them in something they're gonna spend a lot of their lifetime in getting to and from safely to wherever destination they're going? For me, family is one of my main values. And in family comes service. And because I feel so strongly about my family and the things that the way that I feel, service comes next, because in order to serve my family and be the person that I need to be for my family, I have to be willing to serve them and others. Once you got your list and you figure out what those values are that mean to you, whether it's integrity, whether it's family, whether it's service, whether it's leadership, those are just some of the ones that I named that I care about. You'll then understand what direction you need to go in. And don't worry about how, because once you figure out the what first and you're clear on that, the how will some way or another work its way out for you. Believe me, because I'm sitting right here talking to you.